Grian is a fascinating but often underexplored figure in Irish mythology. While she is not as well known as some other deities, her story and her role within the Celtic pantheon highlight important themes of sovereignty, the sun, and the ever-present cycle of nature. Grian's connection to the sun and to fertility, her relationship with power, and her eventual disappearance from myth reflect the complex relationships between the divine, the land, and the people in ancient Irish belief. Grian is often considered a sun goddess in Irish myth, embodying the warmth, life-giving power, and light that the sun represents. Her name itself, Grian, is directly tied to the sun, and she is sometimes described as a daughter of the great fertility goddess, Danu, or as a figure who holds sway over the natural world. In this sense, Grian is not just a goddess of light, but also a goddess who brings warmth and fertility to the land. Her power is associated with the cycle of day and night, the changing seasons, and the cycles of growth and harvest that were so important to the ancient Celts. Grian's role in Irish mythology is connected to the sovereign power of the land, a theme that is central to many of the Celtic myths. In some versions of her story, she is married to a ruler or king, and her union is seen as a symbolic marriage to the land itself. This is a common motif in Celtic mythology, where the goddess of the land is often tied to the sovereignty of the people. The ruler's power is seen as being dependent upon the goddess's favor, and their union ensures the fertility and prosperity of the land. This divine connection between the goddess and the ruler was thought to ensure good harvests, strong kingdoms, and the overall well-being of the people. One of the most significant myths involving Grian is found in the Seal Day, a group of religious texts from early Irish history. In one version of the story, Grian marries the warrior and hero, Midr, a figure often associated with the Tuatha De Danann, the divine race of gods in Irish tradition. However, their union is fraught with jealousy and conflict, as Midr is also married to another woman, Fuamnach, who is deeply envious of Grian's beauty and power. Fuamnach uses her magic to separate the two lovers, forcing Grian to leave Midr and retreat into the mountains. This myth speaks to the Celtic view of the goddess as a figure who holds power, but whose connection to the mortal realm is often fraught with tension, betrayal, and emotional conflict. In some versions of the myth, Grian is also associated with the harvest, particularly the grain harvest. Her name, which is sometimes interpreted as meaning sun or sunlight, connects her directly to the growth of crops and the seasons. She is often depicted as a figure who brings warmth and light to the earth, nurturing the crops and ensuring the success of the harvest. This connection to the land, fertility, and the agricultural cycle links Grian to the broader Celtic understanding of nature as a force of both creation and destruction. Grian's disappearance from Irish mythology is also significant. While many deities and figures in Celtic myths are eventually defeated or integrated into Christian traditions, Grian's fading presence marks the cyclical nature of nature itself. Her role as a sun goddess reflects the seasonal cycles of light and darkness, and her eventual disappearance signifies the changing of the seasons, the fading of the light and the coming of the darkness. This seasonal motif is important in Celtic mythology, where many gods and goddesses are thought to embody the rhythms of nature and the passage of time. Grian's fading from the myths reflects the natural progression of life, death, and rebirth that is central to Celtic belief. In conclusion, Grian is a goddess whose role in Irish mythology touches on themes of sovereignty, fertility, and the cycles of nature. As a sun goddess, she brings light and warmth to the land, nurturing the crops and ensuring the prosperity of the people. Her connection to the land and the king highlights the central role that the goddess played in ensuring the health and fertility of the earth. Despite her relatively obscure status in comparison to other more famous figures, Grian's story speaks to the deep reverence for nature and the cycles of life that permeated Celtic beliefs. Through her, we are reminded of the importance of the sun, the land, and the unbreakable connection between the divine and the earth.